Right, the co-main event for UFC 326 is in the middleweight division. Caio Borralho, ranked number 7, versus Reinier de Ridder, ranked number 8. This is a super fun matchup. It's an interesting matchup. I didn't think they would make two top guys fight each other, straight after a loss. It's a good fight. It's definitely the fight we want to see. But both of these guys are the future of the middleweight division. Both of these guys you could build as the next big thing. But, last time out, Caio lost to Nastim Imanov. Reinier de Ridder lost to Brandon Allen last time. Both their first losses inside the UFC. So it's going to be an interesting one, how they bounce back from their last losses, especially in the UFC. Both of them were undefeated going into the both of them were undefeated in the UFC after last time out. But how we do it here. We're going to talk about probably Caio Borralho first, and we're going to talk about Reinier de Ridder. So we'll kick straight into it. So Caio Borralho, ranked number 7, record 17-2 with 5 KOs, with 4 submissions and 6 round finishes. Pretty decent record, to be fair, especially with, I've already said his loss. His only loss coming to Nastim Imanov, who's the number 1 contender currently. It's not bad at all, really, is it? It's really a solid standout record. Borralho's good wins inside the UFC. Magmudov, the one who Sean Strickland fought, Joe Pyfer fought, and so that was an okay win. Paul Craig at the time was ranked inside the top 15. That was an okay win, and then his standout win was Jared Cannonier. Now Cannonier still being one of the better guys in the middleweight division, but he's definitely, most people beat Jared Cannonier, let's just say that. And like I said, he lost to Nassim Imanov. But for Caio Borralho, I think the ways to win is be more active with your striking. Last time out in France, when he fought Nassim, he was very gun shy. He was very scared of getting in there. But when Borralho did start throwing strikes and throwing combos, he was landing. He was being on it. He was doing a lot. He was showing that he was trying to be a counterpuncher when Nassim was too quick. And when Carl pushed the pressure, he was doing it. He was beating Nassim to the punch. And my next thing, put the pressure on. He needs to put the pressure on in this fight. He can't try and be a counterpuncher and, let them come to you. You need to take it to them, because it showed last time out Caio Borralho can definitely be one of the, in that top 5. But it definitely showed that, right, I can't just let them come to me and I try to counter them. I'm going to have to put the pressure on. I've also put don't get taken down. I think Reinier de Ridder is the better wrestler and, grappler in general with the stats Reinier de Ridder has got. So I think the way for Caio to win is keep it on the feet. You're definitely a more fluent striker. The best way I like to describe Caio Borralho's striking, he's like a sniper. He's going to come out with all of a sudden with a fast, quick shot. Boom, he's going to hit you. That's the way I think Caio should win. Keep it on the feet. The way his movement, is very fluent. He'll hit you with something, circle around, hit you with something. He's never just standing still. I think that should work, but he just needs to be more active with the striking. So that's how I think Caio Borralho should win this fight. But let's go on to Reinier de Ridder. Reinier de Ridder, ranked number 8 at middleweight, 21-3, another solid record with 5 KOs. This is where it gets interesting. 13 by submission and 11 by first round finish. The 13 right there, the 13 submissions is what stands out for me. Very, very high grappling Reinier de Ridder has. If you get taken down by him, you're probably going to get finished. Like, for example, we'll go on to his wins. Jared Mears' shot is one of the best. I think he's got the most. He's got like the highest finish rate in middleweight history. Reinier de Ridder beaten by submission. Kevin Holland beaten by submission. Bo Nickel, he was the one who handed Bo Nichols his first loss inside MMA in general. TKO'd him, and then his standout win, Robert Whittaker, over 5 rounds. That Robert Whittaker fight, really fun. Give it a watch. And especially Reinier really showed he can strike, he can grapple, he can go 5 rounds, he can put a really good pace on. And his only loss inside the UFC, and this is where it gets a bit weird, is the Brandon Allen fight. Now, Brandon Allen stepped in on short notice. Reinier to be fair, was very active. I think he had 4 fights in 1 year, was going for, or it was, this would have been his 3rd fight in 2025. But I think he took the 2024 against Jared Mearshart at the end. He was very active, end of 2024. Then 2 back-to-back in 2025. Then was going for he had 3. He was going for a 4th one in 2025. So, or I might be wrong. I think they all might be inside 2025. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it was against Brandon Allen, and first round dominated, absolutely dominated Brandon Allen. What I thought, and I think a lot of other people thought, all of a sudden the second round starts and Reinier is absolutely gassed. He's blown out of his ass. There was no stamina there whatsoever, and he come out and said like a while back, I was injured going into it. I had a lot of problems going on, like physically, and it showed in the fight. But he didn't want to call off the fight. I can see that, but also, when fighters come out with excuses and that, they do, they're lying. But I don't feel like this is the case. I feel like probably Reinier was injured and had a lot of health issues going on, because you go against Robert Whittaker, who's one of the best middleweights of all time, at least in the, top 5 best middleweights of all time. You put a really good performance on, won a split decision. And then, obviously, you're going with Brandon Allen. I wouldn't rank Brandon Allen as good as Robert Whittaker now still. I still would say Robert Whittaker would beat Brandon Allen if they fought. And then you have a great first round, and then all of a sudden you're done. And then Brandon Allen got the finish. So I think that could be true. We need to find out in this fight if it was true, or has Reinier not got the greatest gas tanks, but I don't know. But the ways from Reinier to win. Be weird with the striking. The Robert Whittaker one, especially, he was very kind of like a Dracus du Plessis strike, and it's weird. You don't know what he's going to throw. He's going to throw a flying knee up the middle, up to your chest. He's going to throw a head kick, leg kicks, punches, and everything like that. His striking is weird. It's unorthodox. You don't see many people like it, but it works. I think someone against Borralho, obviously Reinier against Borralho, I think it can work well, because Borralho might be like, okay, what the hell is he throwing at me? I don't know what's coming. Obviously, he needs to go for the takedowns. With 13 submissions, and majority of them being by first round, you go for your bread and butter. Clearly, Reinier's bread and butter is the ground game, is the submission game. Go for it. Carl, yes, he can defend. He is a decent level grappler, but I don't think he's at the same level as what Reinier is. And like I said, let's see really if that was an injury or not. I think it was. I think Reinier will show. My predictions for this fight, I'm going to go with Reinier on a decision. I don't think Carl's going to get KO'd or whatnot. I think Reinier can pull this off. I think both of these guys should be in the top 5. I think both of them are great. I think the middleweight division at the minute is growing. We've got a lot of good contenders. I don't know what will be next for the winner or loser. Maybe the winner goes against Sean Strickland, because Sean's not getting a title shot anytime soon. Both fights, if it was Sean v Caio, Sean v Reinier, it'll be a fun matchup. But yeah, I think Reinier will win by decision. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Subscribe, like, all that business, and enjoy the show Saturday.